this is new benchtop from Skil.
Yes.
Ted is the foremost expert on these. What can you tell all of them about these? Because I know there's only a couple of options out there for this type of stuff.
What you're looking at is really updated and upgraded Skil.
Okay.
Right? We've got 5 core items that were in our legacy benchtop product line that we've upgraded. We've made them better for not only pros, but also people that are looking to create things in their home shops. Okay. So what we've got, the first item here is the disc and belt sander. Bevels up to 90 degrees, so it allows you to have a variety of angles to sand at. And then you also have the beveling tabletop here for the disc sander. You've got 90 degrees here. You put a piece of wood here, sand it, goes all the way, and then put it back down.
Let me ask you this. I mean, I guess I could use this for metalwork as well, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Next up is the bandsaw.
Yes.
Again, you've also got a miter gauge here.
Like it?
2-speed right here on the inside. So you got your belt adjustment here if you need to switch out the blade. It's very easy.
Quick release.
Quick release. Bada boom, bada bing. Fantastic feature on this is the clear view mirror or window, so that you can see as you're adjusting the blade. Sorry, that's this one here. Goes back and forth. Make sure that you're getting the right angle on the cut. All right, you can adjust the height.
Like that.
3x3 pinion here reduces the vibration in the blade. Keeps it steady, so you get a nice clean cut. And then you've got your bump stock here as well. You can pull that out to keep it safe around kids or people you don't want in the shop.
There you go.
All right, so that's the bandsaw. Next one here is the scroll saw. So this particular item I love because you've got a very flexible light feature that you can position anywhere you need. You've got the blower that gets the sawdust out of your way.
Okay.
And it also has a beveling, my big fat hands. So you've got a beveling
sausage fingers. I got you.
Pretty much, yeah. So
you got beveling tabletop, plus you have foot pedal?
Foot pedal.
I know a lot of people would be excited for this.
The drill press.
Does it have laser beams?
It does.
Everybody loves laser beams.
It has laser beams. It has a LED light in here as well, so that you can see where you're drilling, where you're cutting. So you got your 10-inch cutting capacity here, going up and down. And then you've got your depth gauge as well, so you can set that to whatever depth you need.
Oh, I like that. But the depth stop.
Yep.
Correct.
There you go. Repetitive, drilling.
Yes.
That's going to be great.
Yep. Also, this is 5-speed, so if you needed to go different speeds here, you can always adjust it, loosen that up a little bit, and then get the belt to the speed that you want.
So I guess that would be great, like if you're drilling wood or metal, different types of metals, you can vary the speed.
Absolutely.
I got you. I like that.
So then, benchtop grinder, the last piece of the benchtop series. So you've got a coarse wheel and a fine wheel for different applications. This thing, you've got a replaceable LED light bulb. You don't see this in a lot of tools because LED bulbs are expensive, and you generally don't replace them. But in a situation like this, where if the bulb goes out, you don't want the tool to basically become unworkable.
Sure.
So we've got the replaceable LED bulbs. You go out, buy yourself a new one, because this thing's going to last you 20 years.
Here's the thing, though.
Bulb wall.
It's great that you're including LED because that'll probably last 10, 20 years in itself.
Right.
Let's just say I smashed that by accident. Can I get a replacement from you?
I'll send you.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that.
So you've got actually, where did it go? There was an incorporated water tray here, so that as you're grinding, you can just dip it into the water tray, pull it down. The great thing about this is you've also got a magnifying lens here, so that when you're doing precise grinding, you can see better. And we've also got the V-groove in here to help you kind of hold it in place as you're grinding.
I got you.
And those are your 5 new benchtop tools.
Thank you for our first look at these. Craig, what is going on with Skil Saw? What can customers expect?
Right. All this is saying is, you love Skil Saw? What product saw is designed to cut wood? large diameter, 60-degree bevel,
Yes.
concrete cutting, scoring, fiber cement. You want it, it's there.
Yes.
But the trend is to remove this cord, not
Yes.
like this, but to put a battery on it. And that is where the future of Skil development is focused right now.
So this.
This is it. 7.25-inch rear handle circ saw. This is a beast driven by two 5-amp-hour batteries. It's got an integrated dust port, so you can control exactly where that dust is going, and it doubles as your auxiliary handle.
If there was a measure, a percentage of dust collected, I think that Skil would probably lead the pack.
I don't have a percentage for you. I can
Come
say
on, Craig, you're a percentage guy, Craig.
it does a darn good job at collecting all that dust.
A lot of people believe that when they see Skil, it's maybe homeowner or DIYer. Me personally, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, not this saw.
No, not this saw.
This is a professional saw.
So we specifically branded this as our Skil XP. So premium performance in our cordless product.
Okay.
This is to replicate that experience that people have known for, the last 100 years of worm dry performance now in a cordless product.
So this is Gen 2. I have a question. This ring light.
All my idea. Absolutely 100% my
You're a
idea.
genius. You're
Yes,
a genius,
I
Ted.
am. All right, so this is our new compact series 20-volt line. You've got your 4 standard items here. You've got drill driver, hammer drill, impact driver, impact wrench. All right, and then we've got a new one-handed recip saw or one-handed circ saw.
You can cut through 2x for material with it.
You can cut through 2x in a single pass. It's lightweight, it's ergonomic, so if you've got to reach up above.
How come I didn't realize how compact this thing was?
These items average about 17% smaller than our previous version.
Okay.
More lightweight as well, but deliver the same performance as our previous version.
So here's a question. They're lighter. They're just as powerful.
Yep.
Price point. Like, what are we talking here?
Same price point as on the previous version.
There you go. I like that. If you're living on a rock and you've never met Tool Girl's Garage, I'm so happy to have her on the channel right now. So here's the question. What are your thoughts? I want to know what you think. I love the lights.
So I love the lights. The lights are like a big deal, especially if you're doing anything in small spaces or trying to work in, cramped corners, or if, like most of us, when you work on a construction site, you don't have lighting yet, right? So I love that. I think that's really good. This is actually really amazing, though.
Okay.
It's a really neat kind of design. It's really cool for getting into strange spots too. Big fan of that. Plus, it's lightweight, super powerful. I mean, what more could you ask for?
What's not to like?
Right?
I appreciate the insight. Can I get a shake? She left me hanging. I can't believe
I'm
it.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
My feelings hurt.
I thought you were just kicking me out. I mean, plus the USB charger.
I really like that as well. In addition to the light, Ted, I like the lights up.
The lights are a big deal.
Yes.
The lights.
Very big
Level
deal.
up.
Yep. Level up. Oh, okay. Is that like the slogan?
No, but I like it. Let's go with
okay.
it.
Did I say that?
Sure.
We're in the Diablo booth, and I spotted something brand new that I knew you wanted to see, so we grabbed the foremost expert, the head of all of the teefuses on these new Diablo amp blades. He's going to spend a few minutes, and we're going to break them away. I'm coming right up. Coming right up.
Okay, Vince from VCG Construction.
Yes.
Here, 2022 staff.
Yes. We got the whole intro. We finally got Steven with us. He's going to tell us about all the new teefuses on the blades.
Roger that.
So what do we got? Because I thought I spotted something different. Steven said it is confirmed.
What
it's
do
new.
we got in that video you got of that demo, right?
Yes.
cutting through, you don't know what you're gonna get into, right?
True.
Right? So what do you need? You need that performance where no matter what you hit, whether it's stainless steel unistrut, whether it's 1x lumber or 2x lumber or 10x lumber, or you get into some mild steels, whether it be angle iron or steel pipe or metal.
True.
You need the performance to get through all that material, right?
So this is stainless.
That's stainless.
This is regular steel.
That's it.
And then we have wood in the
Regular
mix.
wood, right?
Okay.
You have nails in it, screws, fasteners, whatever it is.
So some way you found the perfect chemistry of carbide and everything to cut all those.
Tooth geometries, tooth
They're
pitch.
Steven, they're teethuses. They're not teeth.
Variable pitch toofuses,
Teethuses.
all the way up and down that blade to maximize that experience. And oh, by the way, we have a special black ice coating on this.
Okay.
That's going to take it to that, deliver that up to 100 times the life of a standard bimetal blade, and over 2 times the life of our competitive carbide tip blades.
I am so...
So carbide, coated, variable pitch, it brings it all to handle everything you can throw at it.
Wow. So here's a question.
Yep.
Like thick metal and all, but
Yep.
I could, if in a pinch, need to cut an I-beam. Could I do it with this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now, we have blades specifically for thick metal, but guess what? What if you're cutting thin metal, conduit, but you're getting stainless steel? Hey, we've also got it in a 10 TPI, right?
Okay.
So the new amp blade in a 10 TPI, so for that medium metal performance. Singles 3-packs,
Okay.
all right? Whether you're just cutting conduit all day or you're cutting thin wall metals all day, but you want that extended life, again, with that amped, optimized carbide teeth, coated with that black ice, you can just keep cutting and cutting and cutting.
I just can't. I'm just puzzled that. Yeah. So we have specialty blades, right? These are specialty. But
No.
if you're in like
It's not a specialty blade, because if that's the material you got to cut all day, that's the material you got to cut.
Sure,
That's
sure.
not a specialty. I mean, especially when you get into healthcare or food processing, they're going to be using stainless steel.
Right.
You need to make a cut up there, whether it's all thread, unistrut, thin wall conduit,
I'm
and
just
stainless
puzzled
steel.
though. How can you get I'm puzzled that you can get this blade
Right.
to do everything so well.
Right.
That's
well,
amazing.
I mean, general purpose. Right. We got thick metal. We got general purpose.
Yeah.
We've got medium metal. Hey, so we were the first one to introduce that carbide teeth to the reciprocating saw blade portfolio. Continue to expand it, elevate that with the amp, and bring new solutions across the range.
Amazing.
Good to see you.
Bro. Good to
All
see
right.
you. We have any more demos?
That's real.
So
You would never think of cutting that with an oscillating tool.
I would not.
No.
I wouldn't.
Right.
Because
So
I
how
would,
many times have you killed an OMT blade on a nail or a screw? Blade's done. Go into the truck, get another one, come back, smoke. What do you do?
Oh yeah.
Do you get the carbide tip general purpose blade from Diablo?
That's just a general
Right.
purpose thing.
There you go.
So, in reality, how many cuts can I expect? Like if I had to do this, we go for 1, 2, 10.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're cutting it straight on the metal. If you were in the wood, it all depends on temperature.
Sure.
You could go north of 10. You could go.
Wow.
You could go very far north of 10. I don't want to put a number out there because
I understand.
This is Doug fir versus what are you going to get in Philly? It's going to cut different.
Sure.
You can go. It's a lot of cuts.
So how do you accomplish? What's the technology behind it?
So the technology behind the Diablo range, right?
Sure.
So superior graded carbide, superior design. We've got a true universal fitment, right? There's no special interfaces or additions you have to clip in there.
Okay.
This will fit all the tools in the industry except Starlock. We have a special blade for all the Starlock tools.
So you can accommodate both.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. So we're going across the range, big time. But all the work's done here, right, with the carbide. However, there's more. It's actually a curve, so you can actually see a nice curve there. So you can start your cut where you want. For fast, accurate cuts, it creates that pilot exactly where you want. It buries that curve right where you need it and gets it in the material faster. Because you might be a carpenter in a finished grade piece of molding or a finished grade cabinet installation, and you want to go in and fix something, you need to hit it right where you want it and get a nice clean cut. That's where that curved edge really leads the way. So it leads the way with that curved edge, then allows the carbide teeth, once you get in there, if you're in clean wood, great. If you're hitting fasteners, hardened screws, nails, whatever it is, but you saw 5/16 stainless steel.
So if it hits, because everybody always says,
Drywall.
nails
Right.
are one thing, but drywall screws are something else. So if I hit a drywall screw, I'm fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You want to control the vibration just like any other cutting tool. Control the vibration. Nice consistent pressure. Don't lean in on it. Let the tool do the work. Let the accessory do the work.
My next question would be,
Yes.
this general purpose blade.
Right.
So I always seem to run into the issue where I open my box,
Right.
and it's, it's like, oh, I have wood blades here, but I need to cut metal right now.
Right.
Or I need to cut wood, whatever. Would tradespeople be better to just buy these general purpose blades at that point?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Look, we got a full range starting whether we got carbide. You can clearly see it. We call it out on the blade, right?
Okay.
Carbide teeth. We got the red, a lot of information on the blade for you. Or we've got bimetal where you can go clean wood. You need to make fast cuts in clean wood.
Okay.
You need to get into nail embedded wood. You need to get into your metal cutting, whether it's bimetal or step up to carbide for that ultimate performance. So we can really dial it into that specific category.
Okay.
But in this case, we're showing bimetal just to show you the power of what does that black ice coating bring to it. What does that Diablo carbide and design bring to the table for the end user who demands that professional grade performance with their oscillating multi-tool.
So you have multi-packs. You're going to be selling them?
Yeah, singles, 3-packs, and 10-packs.
So 10 packs.
That's it.
Because I don't want to have to think too much on the job. I just want to grab my blades, put them on.
And
So
go.
although there are specialties, I'm just going to buy a whole bunch of these.
And go. Be ready for work.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, good to see you.
Appreciate it. We're at Staff Day for 2022, and we have a special guest. My man,
That's my
Wiha,
man.
has this in the booth. He's got a whole bunch. What do you have? I'm gonna let you take the show away.
Oh, appreciate it, man.
You guys
Vince.
loved him so much last time. We got him back for you again.
Vince is the man. Thanks for being here again, brother. Appreciate it. So we got so many good, cool stuff going on this year. You are familiar with the blue impact bit, the
Love it.
TST line. Perfect. Well, guess what? We just expanded the line to add, for the first time ever, the 40-piece complete impact bit set in a box. We call this the stack and lock, because you can stack those on top of each other and
So they'll
lock
clip
them
together.
with the
okay.
other Wiha box. So you put it on top, stack, lock, boom. Bob's your uncle. Easy.
I like that.
Easy access for the bits, right?
Yeah. That's one of the biggest complaints with some other manufacturers. People, they say they cut their hands trying to get the bits and the blades out. And this is nice, dude.
Absolutely, thanks. So we got 1-inch, 2-inch, and 3.5-inch long bits.
Okay.
With some nut setters and a 1/4-inch bit holder.
Okay, 2 questions.
Yes.
Do you have a way to magnetize these at the moment?
The mag-demag, magnetizer and demagnetizer.
So you can magnetize these 3-inch bits using this product here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What's the price point on this one? Do you
This
know?
is, yes, retails at $34.99, special at $29.99
We're at the show.
at the show and all retailers.
Really?
So you can go to a Staff dealer, you can get it at Lowe's.
So you get this at Lowe's right now?
Absolutely, for $29.99.
I like that.
So that's one of my favorite kits. Since we're here, right here, I can show you. I mean, you're familiar with the bike cuts.
The bike cuts.
One of my favorite products in here, right? Double up the force by push of a button.
I know.
That easy.
So you can cut this chain with this.
Absolutely. So what I try to do is, not to make a demo here, I'm not a strong guy, so it will take me a long time to cut this, but I still did it without the bike cut. Boom. Change the mode, double up the force, and now,
Yeah, that's nuts. I'm not even the strongest.
how easy is that, huh?
That's crazy.
So another cool thing that we have is our collaborations with the Vito Pro Pack, right?
We did a video on that one.
We did one.
Right over here, so check that one out.
Fantastic. Now we expanded and added the open tote.
I like the open toes.
We're promoting the open tote with Wiha collab with 4 tools. We have 2.
Oh, this is a Vito.
Yeah, that's a Vito as well.
I didn't realize that
we
was
just
a Vito.
expanded the Vito line to add the Tech OTC LC open tote. So this comes with 2 screwdrivers, a bike cut, and a bit buddy.
Okay.
At $299.99.
It doesn't come with. Does it come with the multi?
You can add the multi-driver, no problem.
Gotcha. So it's $299. And the techs love the open tote. They throw their meters in there. This is great.
Absolutely. You know, those bit buddy. One of my favorite things that I do with the bit buddy is, see, it's just so easy to open up. So pull this down. The bit comes in. Pick up my Robbie. Put it back in. Hold it in place. Boom. Loves your uncle. Our color-coded nut setter is one of my favorite tools, right?
And those are impact rated, right?
Yes. And this is actually Imperial. We just expanded to the metric one. So we just launched our metric set as well.
So this is the first.
So we always had the Imperial.
You didn't have the metric before.
No, we just launched the metric right now.
Nice.
More for the automotive, obviously, right? We have our color-coded hex keys. Very popular.
I will make one concession.
Please.
To the Europeans. Like sometimes the standards, I'm like, well, I need metric. Why don't you have these standards? Just saying.
No, great point.
Yeah.
You've seen this, but I love this product. One of the best features about this is the guys are fighting with the keys all the time, right? Yeah. You turn one key, opens up for you. Pick them down when you want, put it back in. Easy. And it gets better. We actually have a little ring at the end. It's called the magic ring. Snaps in the screw and holds it in place without dropping it.
I love it. The water pump pliers.
Oh, one of my favorites.
I love the multiple sizes. I really like a nice, handy, small pair like this. Just get so much done.
Yeah, 7 inch, a lot of people, they ask for us. So we have 7, 10, and 12 inches.
Oh, yeah.
We actually have the auto one. That's one of my favorite ones. That's the auto plier. There you go.
Yeah.
One hand operation. You got a whole lineup.
Wait, you have a whole line of metal storage now?
This is coming up at SEMA. We're gonna even talk more about this.
I was only joking.
It's coming. It's coming.
Don't tell me that this is a kit and all these are.
So what's gonna happen is that once you buy our foam trays, it's gonna start fitting in our future Wiha storage rolling cases. As of now, right now, we don't sell this. We don't have this.
Okay.
But it's down the road. So far we have 18 different foam trays to get in here.
Okay.
So we got our pliers, small and medium, large sizes. We got our sockets, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 3/8. We got our insulated screwdrivers and insulated pliers. We got our more pliers, and one of my favorites are the screwdrivers in here. Soft finish and our extra heavy duty ones. Made in Germany. The metal goes all the way through, so you can hit it with a hammer.
I like this.
The piece goes all the way to the top.
Okay.
Which basically absorbs more shock. This is probably one of the, for me, not because I work for Wiha, this is probably the best screwdriver out there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, absorbing shock, the extra heavy duty.
The hex.
The bolster, put a wrench and give it a little twist in here.
Feel the weight on this.
You do. And I mean, you can compare it to the regular one, right? So that's the regular one.
Oh, yeah.
Still great. It's soft finish, made in Germany.
Sure.
But this one just basically elevates it to make it more extra heavy duty.
That's pretty funny. So you can hammer on this if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I could just hear my uncle. That's not a chisel. It's not a chisel. What are you doing to my screwdrivers?
So we added this zone right here.
Yeah.
So you can use this as a little hammer, because a lot of times people use this and you end up breaking or damaging the plier. So at least if you use this side for give it a little nudge.
All the electricians, they all know. They go, what is this? A hammer. This is a hammer. And actually, like, this is a hammer for an electrician. This is a hammer. Everything's a hammer for an electrician.
Speaking of hammers and electricians, we got a whole lineup of insulated tools, obviously, as you see.
The one thing that I didn't realize that you made were the head blow hammers. So I know it's not like illustrative, but they kind of interest me. I've been working on my own heavy equipment, driving a lot of pins and stuff. What do we have here? Because I think that people probably want to know. I mean, I know.
No, absolutely. So do you hear this right here? So when I give it a little nudge in here, this proportions inside here is going to stick, and it's not going to let me reflex and go back.
Okay.
So that's one of the main features in this. Those are all made in Poland in our own Wiha facility. As you know, Wiha is a global manufacturer. So we have manufacturing plants in Germany, in Poland, in Vietnam, and Switzerland.
Okay.
This one is actually made in our Poland factory.
That's crazy.
This is how we're launching our new screwdriver set, so people can touch and feel the handle versus this clamshell.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
So what about more SKUs in like Lowe's Home Improvement? What do you have coming to Lowe's?
That's a fantastic question. I'm glad you did. So right now we have our Q4 Shark Tank promotion coming up, which launched. It's going to feature this 5-piece screwdriver set made in Germany at $29.99, and it's going to have this for $29.99. side by side.
Nice.
Yeah.
I appreciate you giving me
Hey,
the
man.
answer.
Hey, thank you, buddy.
Push, push.
We have Flex's new stack pack, and we have their foremost expert, Sam.
How you doing?
He's going to tell us a little bit about it, or a whole bunch about it.
Absolutely.
How much time do you have? There's a lot to learn.
All right,
Let's do
tell
it.
us all about it.
Usually we go bottom to top. Going top to bottom is a little bit different, but 4-port simultaneous charger.
But this is brand new, right?
This is brand new, has not been released yet. Kind of stepping on a couple of my colleagues' toes here.
4 simultaneous chargers at the exact same time. So it's a over 1100 watt charger.
Wow.
Essentially combined.
The only charger on the market that can charge 4 batteries at once.
Okay.
One of the things we love about this is the one-handed tool removal. Bam, bam, get this guy off here. Now, we've got our job site fan, 180 degrees of rotation. Take that off here, hang it wherever you like.
I got a question.
I know where you're going with this.
The fan.
Yes, sir.
How many mounting points do you have with this fan? I want to know. Exactly.
A lot. And we have our half organizer box here, which we're going to show you. This is also one of the more interesting features about this guy, is the lid itself. Now, these organizer boxes are completely modular. You can organize them in any direction you want. Pull these out, hang them on your, you can see here how they're hung. Don't really have access to that bag.
I'll help you. So, because of the other accessories, if you were working outside of your stack pack, you could hang something you need to have more accessible. Does that make any sense? Maybe not, but
You're a better man of white than I. Shake that up for me.
I gotta be honest, as a contractor,
Really, come on.
that's one of my biggest complaints as a contractor, not being able to customize my job site or my tools or my storage. Going in and out of a job, I want to bring in exactly what I need, no more, no less, of course. I need to complete the job, but having everything be completely accessible when I need it is very important. I think that this is pretty doggone cool.
IP65 rating on all of these boxes as well. Then we've got the large organizer box, same concept, half mounting points on the top, full-size mounting.
Same concept, just more of it.
All right, now we are getting to our suitcase box. We absolutely love this guy. It is the first one of our incredibly heavy-duty options. Again, you've got more tool storage, more customization.
When Sam opened the lid, I rushed to hold it up so it wouldn't hit his hands. But this thing just stayed up.
Yeah, this guy's got some springs on there and makes it very easy, and you don't have to worry about it falling down on you.
Cool.
Yeah, not a lot to talk more about there, but you see the charging mounts here on the exterior.
These corners
Yes.
are made to accept these mounts, but also they actually strengthen the box.
Yes, they're reinforced aluminum, and then you can easily hang tools, get them on and off. And I want to get rid of this suitcase box.
Okay.
Still working, still grooving, still moving. All right, got rid of that guy. Now we move to the medium toolbox. This guy has a really special feature. Listen to that sound, those gas struts. You can click in so many accessories into this lid. It is fantastic. It's completely modular. Our whole concept for the storage system is you just slide this guy in here and drop it in.
Nice.
Now, you can stack as many as you want on here. You can carry hundreds of pieces in one hand. So that's where this concept began. And
Gotcha.
then we just grew it out into this whole stack bag system.
I think I'm a caveman. I have these cases and I have those additional bits.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I never think to do something that smart. Thank you, Sam.
Exterior battery mounts. Interior and exterior, slide them right in. I'm gonna show you here on the larger box. But having access to batteries on the job site, huge.
Sure.
Huge factor. And then we get to the rolling toolbox, which has a few features that are really, really interesting. So again, those struts, you see with the utility of that. And then you want to put your batteries back, day's over.
Yeah.
Very easy. Just slide this guy.
Wait, hold on, let me help you.
Get the cord out of there. Slide that guy right in there.
Okay.
Wonderful charger holders.
Yes.
You'll always have a charger no matter what the size available to you. As you see here, multiple configurations, keeping with that modular idea. We also have multiple mounting points on every box.
I get one track. I'm like a train, one track mine. And I was like, it's just a mounting point. But the additional benefit of it is the reinforcement. I like that you brought that up because I wasn't thinking that.
Fully rubber 9-inch wheels. They're extruded out a little bit more from the box, making it easier to go upstairs. And then one of the biggest things that people complain about is not being able to get their job site storage into the back of their truck with the tonneau cover. So this wonderful handle slides up, slides down. But what really sets it apart is these little points down here. Give them some love. Slide it out. This will fit under most standard tonneau covers.
That is
Slide
nice.
it right over, making your life easier.
Seems like Flex thought of everything, Sam. Thank you for that very comprehensive demonstration.
There's a lot here, and it's far more intuitive than you realize. Get your hands on it if you haven't yet. They're really going to change this industry.
Do we have a demo where you drop the bowling ball off the...
Yeah, let me get my ladder now.
What was that, the wall?
Yes.
I like to see, let me see Crescent next.
Okay.
Once that carbide dulls, that's when you're seeing the sparks and everything fly.
Yeah.
And then I'm having to push harder, and then you get more friction, you get the smoke.
I was watching that.
Do you have another competitor? I'm just, all right, put that on there. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I would like to see that. Good thing you have gloves on. Wait. You're gonna make a couple? Is that what you said, a couple? All right. Because we've ran this test in this video over here, okay, check that out. We had a little bit different results. So I have to ask questions about it.
Absolutely.
Okay. One of the biggest comments that we got was, do that with a cordless saw. They did it with a cordless saw.
Yeah.
The wall and Crescent weren't even able to make it through the first cut,
Right.
which is not what we necessarily experienced. So it's confusing to me.
Yep.
How can you account for that? Like, why would they not be able to make it through?
So a couple of different things. Number one, you got different species of wood.
Okay.
You know, Doug fir versus what we might have on the East Coast. You know, so that's going to make a difference. Cordless saws.
Versus corded, we use the corded.
The biggest influence on what you saw is fluctuations in manufacturing, raw materials, manufacturing, and performance. It has to all come together.
no burning at all at the fastener. That's impressive.
That was good. Good.
One more. If you can, you can. Go ahead, one more time. You know, let's see. Come on, Steven. Number one, you got multiple. I think you got more cuts through the nasty sandwich than we got with ours, with our Diablo blade.
All right.
Okay, that's fine. It is what it is.
It really has to do with the quality of that carbide, how it's brazed on the blade.
So I need to break this down in my
Yeah.
mind. I need to make sense of this, and
Right.
some of them might want to know. Sometimes manufacturers will release something that looks great in the beginning, and then as time goes on, it doesn't perform. When they buy a newer version of it,
Right.
it doesn't perform the same. So what you're saying is that Crescent and DeWalt, and I'm not even going to talk about Spider, that was kind of, you know, we didn't test it, so
Right.
I'm not as concerned, but you saw the performance here.
Right.
With that. You're saying that they're having fluctuations because of what's going on in the world.
I'm saying potentially.
Potentially. And
I've seen, fluctuations in their performance of their blades.
What I know about Diablo is, I've heard this before, you're manufacturing your own carbide.
Correct.
So you're not dependent upon anybody but yourselves.
We're the only ones that are manufacturing our own carbide to put on our saw blades.
And
Yes.
you're able to control that.
Correct.
Thank you. Explains a lot. We're in the Flex booth. We have the foremost expert, Craig, with us to talk about some of the technology baked into Flex tools.
We're here at the recip station here, and this is really demonstrating the vibration or the lack thereof. If you're using a recip all day long, you know, you're demoing, you know, walls or whatever you got to do, the tool really beats you up, right? That vibration will get into your fingers, your hands, your joints, and day after day, that'll really mess with your body.
I usually like something that's lightweight and compact.
Right.
But like to your point, if I'm flood cutting a room or multiple rooms
Sure.
or a school, I want something that's going to give me the power I need,
Right.
but is also not going to beat me up. For the testing aspect, right? We had to make multiple cuts through an I-beam.
Sure.
If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But the problem wasn't, honestly, either tool getting the job done for us. It was the fatigue in my hands.
Right.
And I gotta tell you, this was a pleasure to use.
No, absolutely.
Can you tell us how you accomplished that?
So it's in the internals, all the engineering is done. Really also, the other benefit of it too is it's not gonna destroy the tool. These tools get beat up, not
Yes.
just you, but they shape themselves to where
Pieces.
yeah, exactly, where the motors fail and other parts fail, you know, the shoe falls off. But if there's less vibration, the tool's gonna last longer for you as well.
What's a way to quantify the amount of less vibration people can expect?
So they put sensors on these and we'll measure the vibration. And so the difference that you get between these two units here is about 40% less vibration. And that's what we're actually trying to demonstrate right here. So we have this bottle on here, and when the vibration runs through the tool, it'll shake the liquid, right? And same thing here on this tool. And when you see it, right, this is gonna be like a violent storm going on, and this is just gonna be chill.
Now you're removing 40% of vibration. it won't remove like any percentage of the good vibrations, though, will it?
No. So and that's the point. It's keeping the tool, the business end, doing what it needs to do.
Yo, can I? We built our version in this video here of this testing rig. What can you tell us what's going on here in case they haven't seen it, Craig? Or we're with Daryl.
Daryl, yes.
How are you?
Good.
Is this your station?
This is my station, the creation station of the Flex Torque Tower.
I love it.
Torque tower, I like that.
You guys already did something similar.
I want to see if your contraption is built better than mine. I want to just make sure there's no cheating going on here. They're trying to cheat me. This is full battery.
Full battery. DeWalt's. And DeWalt's using what battery?
We're using the Power Stack against our Stack Lithium.
Okay.
And we're using our the Milwaukee, what is it, the 18, the M18.
High out.
This is their Gen 3. This is their XC 6.0. A lot of people believe that this is their, when it comes to their high output battery packs, this allows the most watts out.
Yes, absolutely.
Of their battery packs.
So equal weights, 8-pound weights for all tests.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, I was not in 3. Here, let's do that again. Sorry.
Gotta put my iPro on.
All right, and in 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. And there you have it.
And you can see the wall struggle, the Flex 1. Walk through in a second.
I'm a little dejected, but thanks for your help.
We started with our traditional lithium-ion cylindrical cells.
Right.
And so, we had the full range, everything from a compact 2.5 amp hour up to a really large 12 amp hour battery, right? And so when we did this, it's great technology, but we knew the future was in more power, right? So there's all your standard applications, but as you start to look, as more and more tools are gonna convert to cordless, they're gonna need more power. So that's where we launched this set of 3 tools. So 10 amp hour, 6 amp hour, 3.5 amp hour by stacked lithium is what we're calling it. So it's lithium pouch technology, similar to that of what you have in your cell phone.
Okay.
Right? So the difference between these 2 technologies is the amount of power that can come in and out. So this is like a garden hose, this is like your fire hose. So we started marking our batteries with the watt output, which is actually the true measure of power that comes out of these batteries. So in our 3.5 is a 1200 watt output.
Okay.
That's almost as powerful as our 8 amp hour.
Almost equivalent is what you're saying.
Exactly, right?
So if I was going to put this on a circular saw,
It would operate just fine.
if I'm hearing you correctly, a 10 amp hour battery, because this is kind of counterintuitive to what we've known so far.
Exactly.
Right? 10 amp hour battery puts out more watts than a 12 amp hour battery.
Exactly.
Now, here's a question, because I just want to make sure that I have my mind wrapped around it. Does that mean that this battery will run longer, though?
No. So the amp hour is your gas tank.
So you'll still get equivalent runtime of a 10 amp hour battery, but you're getting the more power, like the less voltage sag and the watt hours.
Exactly. Take a rear handle saw.
Okay.
Right? Like when you are cutting a 2x4, it's fine.
Yeah.
You start hitting knots, you start hitting nails, wet lumber, all that.
Or making long rips and such.
Exactly, and you need that more power. This has the extra power reserves to be able to do that without bogging down. It'll just rip right through it.
You know what's important about not bogging down with a circular saw is that if you start to bog, that's when you can get kickback.
That's exactly.
Because the blade can bind.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden the saw will kick back instead of moving forward. Is it optimal though? You would probably prefer to run a larger battery
Exactly.
still.
So we kit the Circ saws 7.25
With a 10.
With the 10, just because it gives you the best possible performance.
Okay.
Much as they're great at distributing power out.
Discharging.
Yep. You
Yeah.
can also recharge super fast. So the batteries, like let's take for example this 3.5 amp hour battery.
Okay.
On our fast charger, 160 watt, which is what comes in all the kits.
Yes.
Will recharge in just 35 minutes, right? And so this is bigger, more power out. It'll recharge in not very much time. But where it really excels is when you get to the big batteries.
Okay.
So now we're talking a 10 amp hour battery. On our fastest charger, the 550 watt, this will recharge in just 30 minutes.
So wait. I'm confused.
So we have 3 chargers, starts at 160 watt, goes to 280, then 550.
Okay.
Fastest charger on the market.
Is there an advantage to charging this 3.5 on this supercharger?
15 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Technically how these are designed, it's like, think of it like it looks like a cell, similar to like a AA battery, right? So power in at the top, power in at the bottom. This is a pouch that has, instead of one tab at the top and one tab at the bottom, multiple tabs all the way around.
Yeah.
So the analogy we've used sometimes is like a 2-lane road versus a highway.
Gotcha.
Right? All these different lanes to get power in and out.
Yes. And which means less resistance.
Exactly.
Which means less heat.
It means less heat.
Which
so
means more charge cycles and discharge cycles over
so
time.
they last significantly longer, much more power out, much more power in. Really, like all the things you could possibly want.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
So every charger works on every battery. So if you got a flex charger, you're covered. But if you want to get back to work as quickly as humanly possible, 550 watt charger is where it's at.
It's amazing.
It's awesome.
Thank you.